It's time for your weekly Dos Equis Sun Devil Report. Powered by Backyard, Desert Ridge, and Gilbert. With live DJs, reverse happy hour, and every ASU game this fall, it's Forks Up at Backyard, the Valley's ultimate game day destination. Stay locked in. Your Sun Devil Report starts now.
All right, everybody, here we go. Final hour of Rockin' Minutia with Jimmy B. It's always fun when we have a chance to get ASU sideline reporter Kevin Turner on the show. It's good because we get to ask him really tough questions. So my first question is, we had a little birdie tell us about a story that you had on the pregame show, and it was about Cam Scattaboo and a stat that you offered up. So I will say good afternoon to you, Kevin. What the hell is this story? I got to hear it.
How you doing, KT?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, good to be back, fellas. Happy college football week number 2. I think you're referring to, I kept a stat on the sideline. It's an unofficial stat, and it will go down in the annals of Sun Devil lore, and I believe it's an NC2A record, and nobody ever will break this record. Trust me when I tell you this. I kept track of the number of players, opponents that Cam Scattaboo put into the medical tent last year. He tented almost a dozen players. Officially, 11 opponents went into the medical tent after greeting Mr. Scattaboo, off the edge. So I can't remember a linebacker putting more than 3 in the medical tent, let alone an offensive player. 11 opponents last year, Cam Scattaboo put into the medical tent. And I'm going to get a shirt saying, "I got tented by Cam." And I think we could sell the heck out of those things.
Well, number one, I've never heard the term tented. And number two, what brought you to keep track of him basically balling over guys? I mean, was after the second, third, fourth one? Which one was it?
No, I think it was the first game. He put like 2 guys from Wyoming. I said, okay, I'm going to track and trace this. And by week 5, I think he had like 6 guys in the tent. I'm like, this is going to be interesting to see how far he takes this thing. So by the end of the year, through the Texas game, it was 11 players in the tent.
Back in the day, we'd have tents. We had sidelines. I don't know how many guys Larry Zonka sidelined as he ran those guys over. But that's interesting because we talked about, what the Sun Devil team misses. I really felt he was a 6-tool running back. Guy could run. He could throw. He could catch. He could block. He could break yards after contact. And I forget what the 6th one was, but he was
our leading punter on average. Remember, he punted in the UCLA game his junior year, so I think he actually had the lead or into the clubhouse as the highest punting average.
Well,
there's your 6 tools.
There it is, right there. I mean, he could do so much. So when you go into this game, with the speed and the running backs that they have. If they missed anything at all with Cam Scattaboo not being there, what would that be, if anything at all, Kevin?
I don't think we missed a beat. In fact, if you look at the average, we averaged 10 yards a rush. But in all due respect, you got to take out Kyson Brown's 34-yard fake punt. Even if you take that out, we still managed a gaudy 7.95 yards per carry. So we don't miss a beat there. Excuse me, I had my alarm set for you guys, so there we go.
Well, you got to get that afternoon nap in here.
I don't know why it's going off now, 4 minutes late. In any event, we didn't miss a beat in the running back room, 1 iota. And then look at Sam. I mean, he had a 52-yarder and another 20-plus yarder for touchdown. So we got some guys that can fly, and I'm really, really happy for my man, Raleek Brown. I was, part of the Mater Dei program and their board, and did a handful of their games when he was playing at Mater Dei. And, he's gained almost 20 pounds since his senior year. He's a quick twitch guy, but he's like a souped up version of Cam, not quite the deliverables at the end of the run as Cam, but he packs a punch. and he's got great contact balance. And as you saw on Saturday night, I mean, he gets a crease. Nobody's catching him.
We're having a conversation with Kevin Turner. He is the ASU sideline reporter. When the game was finally over, and it appeared that, at least on the score, NAU hung around. Did you get that same feeling, or did you think they could have run it up if they wanted to?
No, NAU's a very good football team. Let's give them some credit. I salute what they're doing up there in Flagstaff. Ty Pennington's got really good command and control of that offense. These guys played, with their heart on their sleeve. They brought the kitchen sink. They brought a lot of exotics, created some uncertainty and doubt with our blocking scheme. So credit the staff, the effort. This is a team that I believe is going to win the Big Sky here in 2025. That is a very good football team. And it was a perfect opponent for us in week one because of all, as Kenny said, a lot of the chaos. And what would you rather do? Would you rather play a game that was contested into the fourth quarter, or would you have rather had a 53-3 win and have a false positive? I think
Sure.
I said in the post-game show, I think we got kicked in the rear end with a golden horseshoe. I mean, we got what we wanted. From a competitive standpoint, we got exposed a little bit. We got a little undisciplined at times. We had 12 penalties. By the way, Mississippi State, you know how many penalties they had last week? 14 penalties last week. So you got two staffs that are going to be a little bit ornery this week in terms of shoring things up on the discipline side of the ledger. But in any event, I want to give Northern Arizona and that staff a tremendous amount of credit. They came in, they were ready to play football.
Well, especially defensively. That's one of the more exotic defenses I think I've seen in college football, the way they would come. So, would they bring 15 people at one time? They brought a couple of people out of the stands on some of those blitz packages. And ASU, to your point, Kevin, is going to have to either learn how to either go with more of the hot routes, side adjusts, or get the ball out, or Sam's got to do a better job of checking off if he can. I thought that was one drawback on some of the sacks is not getting rid of the ball when you've got 7-8 guys coming and nowhere to throw the football.
Yeah, we had a third down situation where he took a big, I want to say it was like a 10 or 11 yard loss. So we had 3 series in the second quarter that we went 3 and out, 3 consecutive series for a net of 1 yard. So we got a little complacent, which is not unusual for a team with this much experience. Remember, we were up 14-0.
Right.
Yeah.
And we got a little complacent. Complacency, like one of my old clients told me, complacency is like cancer. It'll kill you. So I think we got kicked in the rear end with a golden horseshoe. It was a little bit of a wake-up call, but a really good week one opponent. Hey, we're 1-0, 38 points. Sam, a couple of rushing touchdowns, a couple of passing. JT was JT-ish.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, he proved that he is worth all the postseason, preseason hype. He is special. He's gotten bigger, stronger, faster. He's got an incredible catch radius. And people forget how high and how vertical he can get. And he's just got great body control, as we saw with that one kind of Willie Mays over the shoulder sliding into the corner of the end zone catch. It was a beautiful play by Sam and JT to be able to execute that in limited space.
All right, Kevin, it's always, what have you done for me lately? So now you're on the road at Mississippi State, not considered to be not one of the
Starkville, here we come.
Yeah, it is. Cowbell heaven. I'm just curious in your thought process. You already referenced their 14 penalties. ASU had penalty issues as well. What do you expect out of this Saturday?
A very fast, obviously up-tempo, Jeff Levy offense. They are very deliberate. They're going to spread you out. They're going to speed you up. But this year, what they didn't have last year, they've got 2 really good running backs. And Devon Booth, he wears number 6. He averaged 5 yards a carry. And they've got another young man who is really talented. 5'10", 230 pound. He's got great lateral. He's got good stick your foot in the ground, vertical. He's tough, good yards, after contact. I really like him. And then they've got a guy that can fly on the outside, Brennan Thompson, a diminutive 5'9", 170-pound wide receiver. And, nothing deep, nothing cheap this week. Got to keep everything in front. You got to communicate, alignment. And as Brian Ward said, like in soccer, you got to mark your opponent. You got to know exactly who you have or who you're passing off to if they're in their match man coverage. But I'm expecting a fourth quarter game, and the defense is going to give us a variety of looks. Last year we had a lot of 3-man fronts, but I watched the first half of the Southern Miss game, and Southern Miss gave them all they could handle. They actually outplayed Mississippi State in the first half, and they're going to mix up, a 3-man, 4-man, 5-man front. They'll put 8 in the box, and they'll challenge Sam Levitt, but that's where Sam's got to be Sam, and find the hot receiver and execute on time, on schedule. So I think it's going to be a great game. They've got good special teams like we do. And I'm just fired up to go down to Starkville and see what this thing's all about. They call it Stark Vegas. And I went on YouTube. And I'm like, why do they call it Stark Vegas? And this kid said, well, we got girls, we got beer, and we got football.
That's
so
it.
It's just like Vegas. I'm like, really? Just like Vegas, but a little bit different. But anyway, I guess it's a throwback to some left-handed compliment because a lot of the folks in the SEC think there's no culture, and it's Nowheresville, not necessarily Starkville.
You be careful down there, KT. But what happens in Starkville stays in Starkville, okay?
100%.
You're the best, pal. Can't wait to be listening to you this coming weekend.
Right,
Thank
guys.
you, buddy.
Hey, welcome to the new gig, new station, new number.
Oh, thank you, Kev. Appreciate you, pal. There you go. ASU Sideline reporter. That, of course, is Kevin Turner. Hey, don't forget, since he's going to be working on Saturday, so will we. Yeah, we're going to be at Backyards in Desert Ridge. Game is going to be on. Dos Equis is going to be cold, and that Sun Devil vibe is going to be awesome. It is this Saturday, 4:30, Backyards, Desert Ridge, ASU, Mississippi State. At halftime, 25 fans get a shot to roll the dice for $10,000, and we have Dos Equis drink specials as well all game long. We will see you 4:30 this Saturday, Backyards at Desert Ridge. All right, when we come back, Arizona Cardinals will open up the NFL season on the road this weekend in New Orleans against the Saints. Kyler Murray, Cards QB, spoke to the news media. You're going to hear some of his comments when we come back. Rockin' Minutes with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.